This is ATRT squad reporting in. No sign of separatist activity.
Welcome back. So the helmet is finally finished. Right, as you can see, it is all weathered up and finally finished and ready for trooping. So let's go and have a look at the helmet.
Right, so here she is, all finally painted up. If you're wondering about the sound system I'm using, there is no sound system in the helmet. I cheated a little bit. I've actually got a throat mic which I'm using with a Motorola walkabout system, and it works fine. I then just use a trigger switch on my finger then to activate it.
And that way then I have the sound of a stormtrooper with all the bells and whistles.
I just had that then built into my armour, and it's quite easy to control. But as regards to the helmet now, redoing it back up and repainting it has not been the easiest thing for me to do, I must admit. Now it's been a bit of a bugger to do it. Filling in all the scratches and bumps worked out nicely this time. The filler that I used was a wall filler. You'll see that in my other videos if you want to check it out. That worked great. What I had problems with was with paint. In the last few builds that I did, I've been getting my paint from a local shop very cheaply, but they've actually ran out of white. They don't know when they're going to restock, so I had to buy a white paint, a spray paint from a hardware store which is not very close to me. At least I got to travel at least nearly 2 hours to get there to get this paint. And I bought 2 cans of it, and I went through nearly 2 cans just covering this helmet, as it wasn't as thick as the other spray paints that I had been using. The olive drab paint which I had got worked out nicely. That dried up very quickly. It was really easy to use. Problems I did have though was with my masking tape. Then when I had masked it off and trying to take off the masking tape, even though I had let the helmet dry for a few days before putting masking tape on, it still pulled off some of the paint. And then also when I was spraying on the olive paint, some bleeding got through onto the white in strange and unusual places. So it hasn't been that easy. I'm not really good at this type of stuff, as most of us aren't, unless you're doing this as full time. The bottom seal bit turned out quite nice on it. That was able to clear up nicely. Again, if anyone's wondering about this rubber at the bottom, it's for a car window seal that you can buy at most car accessory shops. Okay. And we've also seen my other video then on how I remade my helmet padding. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring you in and have a good close look at this helmet and show you the inside of the helmet as well, because a lot of people have been wondering what have I done on the inside. Okay. Right, so here she is in a close up. The visor on this is not the original Hasbro visor. I screwed that one up last October when I was trying to repaint it that time, and I had to replace it. And what it's replaced with actually is it's a school product for putting in between sheets for when kids are writing, to stop the writing going through to the next page. And we can get them in different colours, and this one comes in kind of dark opaque, which is really strong and really flexible. So I've used that, and quite easy to cut up into shape. I'm trying to put it into the Hasbro helmet now. Once I had already glued everything together, it was a bit of a pain, but it went in nicely. Okay, so everyone's wondering about that. The weathering's turned out pretty nice on it. I've tried to put as much in as I can. I might do a little bit more weathering on it again. That's the top part there. It's a nice blaster mark. Some scrapes in the white paint. And I promised you a look on the inside of my bucket. Okay, now I do have a torch. Light this up. Okay, so I cut, anyone that has a Hasbro helmet knows that the black piece that comes down across your nose, that was all cut out, and I have used a polymer putty to protect all the plastic on it. And as you can see, that padding ends up looking really nice once it's put out through the helmet. I've also put wire mesh over the vents, so when you look at them from the outside they look authentic. This helmet is actually built for sound. I put in, that's where you've got the jacks there. You find another jack over here, just up there. And what I did was, you can buy these little speakers here in Japan that go onto your iPhones or into your Android phone, and they're really tiny little speakers and they come with all done up, so they fitted nicely in here. And as you can see, there's already air ports on both sides of my helmet, so I use those. So if you plug it in, you can actually hear sound coming out of it. Right, so if I connect my phone now, there, and we just press play. As you can hear now, it's playing sounds inside the helmet. Now, so I could connect this to a radio system and then be able to have sound come through. I do this one port here actually goes up to the speaker on top of the helmet, so I could actually use the speaker on top of the helmet as well. So all the possibilities are there. Now I did try to put a fan in the back here to bring air around the helmet, but unfortunately the fan was too big and I couldn't get my head inside once I fit it all in, so I had to come out. But that's another project. But as you can see though, the padding inside this is really nice and it really makes the helmet fit nice. There you go. That's my Clone Sergeant helmet repaint. At the moment, as I said, I've had problems with paints and I am trying to repaint the armour. As soon as all that's done, a video will be up, so please keep an eye out for that. If you've liked this video, please check out my other videos, follow me on Facebook as well, and always remember,
may the force be with you. Get those tankers.